Today, I'll be reviewing episode 6 of the Urusei Yatsura remake. Last time, we saw the return of Sakura and modestly dressed Lum. This episode made me chortle heavily. As to why I say this, I'll say it here. Warning, the spoilers are in the closet! The episode begins with a very hungry Ataru. He goes home seeing Lum wearing armor. Wait, armored Lum is real? She opens up an interdimensional portal and tells Ataru that they're going to go participate in Setsubun on her home planet. I'll explain what Setsubun is later. As they go down the portal, we see the title of the first part. Good day for a departure. Puns much? I approve. Lum's dad tells Ataru that they're going off to battle. The other side is revealed to be the Lucky Gods. Both sides are roasting each other and Ataru's parents are worried for him, complete with how the mom says that Ataru would never pass up the chance to eat sukiyaki. Both sides are throwing beanbags into baskets. The redhead from the previous episode tells her teammates to get better and Ataru goes horny over her. Typical. Well, she looks like a tomboy. Now I see why. Ataru chases after her and the redhead refuses. Lum reveals that the redhead's name is Benten. No, not that Benten. The sukiyaki from earlier is gone and Ataru's parents are worried even more. The dad looks for him and Cherry pops up. Apparently, they're hearing his voices because it's his spirit? Something is sus here. Cherry says that to appease Ataru's soul, they have to do a sukiyaki party and he's drooling about it. Meanwhile, Benten has an idea. She's gonna flirt with Ataru to troll Lum. She charges at Ataru and the basket fell. The Lucky Gods had won and someone from the losing team has to be punished. Yes, it's gonna be Ataru. At Ataru's place, Cherry eats all the sukiyaki and they do the ritual. They see that Ataru is being punished by being pelted and shot at with beans. Cherry says that Ataru is being punished in purgatory for being a degenerate. And so the first part ends. The second part begins with Ataru sneezing in bed and Shinobu is at his side. Cherry pops up and eats all the apple slices. The guys in the class all pop up too. Ataru hugs Shinobu and she hits him. Shotaro is disappointed at the lack of Lum and Ataru says that she's in Neptune to meet her friend. All of a sudden, it's snowing in Ataru's room. Shotaro opens the closet and snow flows in. Apparently, Ataru is in the arms of some woman here. Cherry says that the woman is a Yuki Onna, also known as a snow woman, and as he's about to exercise her, snowmen pile up on him. Shotaro the simp says that she can't be evil because she's beautiful. Cherry delivers the best line here. Quit thinking with your crotch. As she's about to leave, the guys all offer to join her and we get to the title of the second part, Oyuki. Quite a fitting title indeed. Apparently, Lum had turned his closet into an interdimensional portal from the previous part. The group arrives at a hole and a voice calls out to the snow woman. Lum reveals that the snow woman is Oyuki and Shotaro kicks Ataru down the hole. They all fell into the hole anyway, and Lum gets Ataru out of the snow. Oyuki says that Shinobu is a third wheel. Damn it, this part has bangers. The other snow women notice Shotaro and he introduces himself to them. Oyuki says that most of the guys have gone off to work, so they need help with clearing the snow. The guys clear the snow while Oyuki, Ataru, Lum, Shinobu, and Cherry go into Oyuki's mansion. Apparently, that snow was dumped into Ataru's room and Oyuki fell into it. She takes off her insulated clothes and Ataru flirts with her much to Lum's annoyance. Lum tries to shock Ataru, but he runs away this time. He says that most women are violent towards him and Oyuki brings Ataru to her room. She flirts with Ataru and a crack forms in the wall. Apparently, Oyuki's manservant Bibo pops up. He tries attacking Ataru and the simp runs away. Ataru is being chased by Bibo outside and they jump into the portal. Lum and Oyuki are looking for them and we see a scene straight out of King Kong here. Oyuki tells Bibo to go down. A few days later, the whole thing is in the news and Lum bandages Ataru. Apparently, Bibo and Oyuki are visiting Ataru now. Shinobu says that Shotaro has been taking days off from school after this incident, and Shotaro just shovels snow in Neptune. The power of the Mendo bloodline is to be feared. And so the second part ends. The final part begins after the ending theme. The first semester of the school year ends and Lum pops up. Ataru goes up to the front of the class and announces that he's retiring. Bro, you're not an old man yet. We get to the final part's title. Ataru retires. Straightforward, yes. Ataru gets asked if his parents are okay with this and he says that he's not a kid. Well, Ataru technically is a kid as he's underage. The teacher blames himself because Ataru's grades are horrible. As he's about to say what he's retiring from, Shotaro interrupts him and tells him that he's gonna retire as the main character of Urusei Yatsura. Cherry pops up and says that he's the new main character. His niece Sakura pops up and says that she's gonna be the main character. Shinobu and Shotaro also want to have a crack at it. Lum says that she's the main character of Urusei Yatsura, and Ataru says that he's always been the main character since episode 1. He's not wrong here. Benten also shows up and asks about the main character contest, and so does Oyuki. Everyone else pops up too. He says that he's retiring from being the class president. Lum says that she's the main character, and so the episode ends. This episode made me chortle quite heavily. The first part is based off the first half of episode 15 from the original and chapter 8 from the manga. The second part is based off the first half of episode 8 from the original and chapter 10 from the manga. The final part is simply based off chapter 61 from the manga. The noteworthy part here is that in Ataru Retires, the manga says that it's the end of the second semester, while the remake says that it's the end of the first semester. Also, Lum is Ataru's classmate in chapter 61 of the manga, while she isn't his classmate in this remake yet. Also, Ataru Retires is not part of the original anime for some reason. I love how this constantly breaks the fourth wall more than the first part of episode 3 from the remake and episode 11 from the original. One thing I'm noticing is that some of the characters from the original look different in the remake. What do I mean by this? Benten has black hair in the original, while she's a redhead in the remake. Kurama had green wings on her head, while she had purple wings in the remake. As to what Setsubun is, that's a Japanese festival that's held every February 3rd. In our reality, this means that someone gets to wear an Oni costume, everyone throws roasted soybeans at the Oni, and they say, Oni wa soto! Fuku wa uchi, which translates to Devil's out, fortune in. This is done to ensure fortune for the entire year. This is not just a thing in Urusei Yatsura either. In the Idolmaster Cinderella Girl Starlight Stage Kekijo, we see a chapter where Natalia, Yao Fui, Umi Sugisaka and Manami Kiba are doing Setsubun. Manami and Umi are dressed up as Oni, while Yao and Natalia are supposed to throw beans at them. Sadly, Yao got attacked by pigeons for the roasted soybeans. Also, I do like Benten here. She's an attractive tomboy. Benten riding her air bike reminds me of Takumi Mukai and Rina Fujimoto riding the respective bikes in the Idolmaster Cinderella Girls Starlight Stage. Meanwhile, Oyuki is voiced by none other than Saori Hayami. She's the voice of Your Forger from Spy Family and Amari Azazel from Iruma-kun. Normally, Urusei Yatsura does not go for 3-part episodes even with the original. You either get a 2-parter like with episode 1 in both the original and the remake, or a 1-parter like episode 48 from the original and episode 4 from the remake. The fact that the third part of this episode is placed after the ending theme is quite clever. Come join me next week as I'll review episode 7. Please support small channels like mine by subscribing and liking this video.